Hello everyone, welcome back to Nails by Sora. Hope you are all doing well. If you are first time visiting this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, as I said, welcome back. Today's going to be a bit of a haul video. First and foremost, I think I'm going to be going through and reorganizing my charms. This is the first time I've bought anything from Daily Charme. I've been staying away from gems just because I don't generally put them on myself. And if I'm going to be using charms like Swarovski or any of the other higher end charms, kind of want them to be on a person and not on just nail art designs. So I haven't really bought any before. I've purchased from Amazon these cheaper ones that are pretty much all purpose. These I don't get to use too much just because I feel like the shapes haven't been conducive to the designs that I have wanted to do. But I do really like these cases, and I didn't really know how to organize these. I did end up purchasing them just because I do want to start getting into hopefully doing clients sometime in the near future, as I'll be taking classes and hopefully branching out and opening up my own business. I figured it would be good to have them on hand and use them judiciously. Is that the right word? Probably not. Yeah, use them judiciously in a limited fashion, just so that I can get used to creating designs. But I've been eyeing these for quite a while, and I decided that I would take the opportunity to purchase them. They're the Swarovski flatback crystals. I had heard that Swarovski wasn't making flatback crystals anymore for nail art, but there's still some resellers that do have them in stock, and I guess some resellers that have been picked by Swarovski to keep carrying their products. So thankfully, Daily Charme is one of them, because a lot of the companies don't sell to unlicensed nail artists in the States. So I have these and I'm going to put them away. I bought this case, not for the crystals, because the cases are a little bit on the larger side, but I want to rearrange all of my flowers, which I bought over a year ago and don't really use. But I made 3 different purchases around the same time, not realizing how many came in an order. And I think I like these cases a bit more for the gems. So I'm going to take these out of here and put them into here, thereby freeing up some of these cases. Now, in addition to that, I also have, I also got these caviar beads. I love the rose gold. In addition to that, I also got these chalk markers, and I wanted to see if they could be used in nail art. This one in particular, ooh, I just pulled my lamp out of, okay, let's try that again. These come in all different colors. They've got 2 different size tips to them. You can reverse it. So when you open it, you've got the round tip, and then on the other side, you've got the taper tip, so that you can do different calligraphy designs. But I kind of wish it was a fine pointed tip on the other side. That way, I mean, you could probably use, when it's not flying all over the place, you could probably use the pointy tip here if you wanted to do more detailed line work. But I wanted to see if I would be able to use it in nail art. It does dry non-smudge, but I don't know if it's going to be affected by a gel top coat going over top, if it's going to start to bleed and ruin the design. So I'm going to play with that also. And like I said, it comes in all of these colors, so those will be fun to play with. And then I also went to the store today and I picked up some new acrylic powders. Now, I specifically went because I needed black. Whoop, loud. I have a design that I want to do for my next manicure that's going to be predominantly black and white. So I got black by OPI, and then I figured why not just get some new not polished colors. And then I also picked up these two V Beauty Pure colors. V Beauty Pure is newly branded as such. It used to be Valentino. But I saw this one first. It's the only one that was actually in the plastic baggie. But it is gold. I don't think it's pigment powder. I think it's acrylic. It mixed with proper ratio of nail liquid monomer and applied to already prepped nails. So it is acrylic, gold acrylic. So I definitely want to play with that. And this is more of like a rose gold glitter. But these, and it's funny, I wasn't planning to pick up a collection, like having a gradation of a certain color. But I seem to keep picking up the same tone of colors, or different variation, different tones of different, you know what I mean? Basically like a corally, peachy orange. This one is more of a pink, but it seemed to go well specifically with this one. So I'm thinking about a few ombres. This is a Milky White. So yeah, so lots to do today. I hope you will stick with me. And please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. And we're gonna get right into it. But first I'm going to do, organize my gems and my flowers. All right, I think that's pretty good. So these are lavender, Provence lavender specifically. And I'm going to empty them first out into a container, if I can find one, so that you can see them. So there's a few different variations in size. You've got some larger ones, some smaller ones. I kind of want to do, my birthday's coming up at the end of August. And I didn't get any peridot gems, but I do kind of want to do some gems for my birthday, but I don't know. Can't really have them at work. I don't want to put them on, just to take them off. So there's one down. I'm just gonna have to go and deal with the glue on the underside. And I just lost a gem. Exactly what I didn't want to happen. All right, so I went and got my big scissors just because I was having so much trouble. So these are Silver Night. There's this beautiful grayish, kind of like a pewter, silvery black tone to them. Also in varying sizes. Oh, come on. All right, next up we've got some round flat back, also silk. This is kind of like a champagne color, absolutely beautiful. All right, on to the unlabeled ones. I don't remember which ones these are, but they are multi-toned, also flat back. I only got flat backs, but these are different sizes as well, different jewel tones. Onto some teardrops, also jewel toned. I'll leave the links for all the products down in the description box below, especially the ones that don't have names attached to them. This is a bluish red shift, sorry, a reddish purple shift. This one is a bluish gold shift, purple gold. These are more of an opaque pastel gem. I'm not really sure what you call them, but they definitely stood out for me when I saw them online. So I'll have to play around with these a little bit, see what kind of designs I can come up with. I love the green and the white specifically. I was looking for something that was a little pearlescent. Initially, I wanted to use these, I think, in my Barbie nails, but I ended up just using caviar beads. I'd wanted to do kind of like a, what do you call it? A brooch, like a Barbie brooch with the pearls all around the perimeter. But if you didn't see the design I ended up doing, I will link it in the cards above. And then I just ended up getting some stars to play around with. I love how they look like they catch fire as they hit the light. As I drop them. And then I got 2 packages of them. They're all the same. They're all flat back. Actually, are they all the same? I think it's just the way the light is hitting it. That's, of course, they all turned upside down instead of the right side up. I think it's just the way the light is hitting them that some of them look like they're golden, some look like they're blue, but they're all basically the same. All right, so that does it for the gems. Thankfully, not that there were that many, but it seemed to take longer than it should have to get them into the clamshell. But that's those. I'm going to put these away together. I don't think that's going to close with it in there. So we will put it down here. What's this? I don't know. All right, let's clean up and get reset. All right, so I'm gonna bring us down a little bit. Why does it seem like it's dark? Hold on one moment. I don't know if that's any better, but hopefully it is. All right, so we are going to start with swatching the not polished acrylic powders, and I am looking for my acrylic brush, which is right in front of me. Get that in the monomer. So I'm going to start from left to right, and that's from light to dark with Milky White going all the way up to Slightly Brightly, and I'll let you know what the colors are as I'm going. But I'm also going to be doing swatches off camera, so I will show you what they look like in the end. Now, all the knot polishes, all the knot polish acrylic come with whatever you call these caps on the inside. I'm going to press that back into the cover. You do want to make sure, first of all, that you start off with a clean tool, but you want to make sure that you properly stir all of your acrylic powders, especially ones that have pigment, so that all the product is properly mixed and you get a true indication of what the color looks like. I'm gonna bring you down a little bit more, just a little, right there. All right, so going in with Not White. Sorry, Milky White, not white. Not polish, Milky White. So that's your Milky White. And all Milky Whites tend to have like this bluish violet tint to it, which I really, really love. But I also really love the consistency of the Not Polish acrylics. I will say I have not used that many brands of acrylic in my short time using acrylic, but let's see if I can get this sorted without getting it all over the place. But of the ones that I have used, I really love Not Polish. And I love, if you hear a whooshing sound in the background, by the way, it's my air purifier. I just got it and hooked it up today. Just want to make sure that all the particulates are going into the filter instead of into my lungs. So I hope it's not too loud. Hopefully I can adjust it in post if it is. But this is Rose. It's a beautiful, kind of like a rose quartz. It's got that shimmery glitter in it. So let's pick up a bead of that. So that's Rose, it's number M73. Moving on to Sunset Glow 0G147. I don't know if it's all the knot polishes or just the ones that I pick up at the store that seem to have the cap busted. Excuse me. This one also has some shimmer in it. So I seem to be getting in a really bad habit of picking up new products and not having the chance to use them before I go and get more. So we're gonna try to rectify that. This one is Candied Peach 0G184. So I'm going to probably start doing a few more manicures using specifically acrylic powder, because I do really love, I wouldn't be buying the products if I didn't love using them. So I really need to start using them. So the last one from that polish is going to be, let's actually screw this on properly. Slightly Brightly 0G154. And this is going to be the brightest, most orangey coral of all of the 5 colors. Well, I should say all of the 4 colors, because the first color was Milky White. That's actually strikingly similar to the last one. Let's see. It might look different once I put it on an actual swatch stick. But that's a little disappointing. I was hoping of more of a difference between these two colors. But those are going to be the 5 colors for Not Polish. As I said, I am going to swatch them at the end on actual swatch sticks, so I will show those. I'm going to move these off to the side so that we can move on to V Beauty Pure. So this one actually has some plastic on it. No, it doesn't. Sorry, that was an optical illusion. This is a sticker. I thought there was a plastic on it, but there is not. This one also has protective layer on it. Let's give that a stir. This actually looks like pure mica pigment, but it does say just mix with monomer. It doesn't say mix with acrylic. So let's give it a go. Just letting it soak up all the dry pigment on top. Now, V Beauty Pure doesn't have any name designations for their colors, they're just numbers. So this one is VBP 124, and this one is going to be VBP 209. And this is why we put down paper towel. Let me give that a stir. This one will actually pair very well with this color palette. Oh, that's very pretty. I may just have to do that for my birthday. We'll see. I love rose gold. I love it so much. All right, so the last color we're going to do is the black from OPI, and it's just black onyx, DPT02. Now, OPI does not distribute to non-licensed professionals in the United States. So you'll have to find a reseller that doesn't ask for certification or licensing. Thankfully, or maybe not thankfully, the shop that I go to does not require certification to purchase from them. This is actually the first powder that I'm purchasing of OPI's. I do have one of their gel polishes, which I really love, but I haven't purchased their powders before. So this is my first time using OPI powder. Let's see how it comes out. It does seem very, very fine. It's picking up just nice, just perfectly. Now the sparkle in it is from the other colors that I have in my brush. It is a flat black. Just cleaning off my brush. So there you have it. Those are all the colors from today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. All right, so these are our not polished colors. I actually labeled the sticks wrong, or actually I swatched them wrong because I wasn't paying attention to the way I labeled them, and I was just grabbing sticks all willy-nilly. So this is supposed to be V Beauty Pure color, but it is a not polished color. Anyway, so Milky White, Rose, Sunset Glow, then Candied Peach, and Slightly Brightly is last. So the Candied Peach and the slightly, actually that is labeled right. Wow, I got 2 of them right. These 3 are wrong. So these 2 are actually labeled correctly, and you can actually see a slightly more orange, a slightly more red tonality. I don't think I would actually wear them together though, because they would actually end up looking the same on the nail. So I'll have to figure out how I want to pair them. But those are good to go because they're actually labeled correctly. I'll put those aside, and then got our OPI black, and then our V Beauty Pures, our gold, and our rose gold glitter. So now once again, I am going to get all cleaned up. We're going to come up with a design because I want to check out the chalk markers. I will probably use one of the not polished colors as the background. And then we'll figure out what kind of design we want to do just to test the markers. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Milky White on the first nail. I'm just gonna pick up a bead and do a normal application as I would in any other instance, getting rid of the hair that's stuck to the gummy tape. Okay, it would help if I actually had some monomer in my jar. Hold on one moment and let me get this situated on the nail smoothly as possible with little to no monomer in the jar. All right, for the second one, we're just going to use rose. Okay, so I'm going to let these 2 nails dry, and then I'm going to go over it with a velvet matte top coat, gel top coat, so that we can go and draw on top of it, and if I don't like it, I can wipe it away. I don't have to worry about it seeping into the acrylic and ruining the surface. So I'm just gonna take my towel that has the other swatches on it so that I can go ahead and prime these markers. They do need to be primed. And by prime, I mean you need to shake them. And then you need to press down on the tip. Now I'm gonna switch the tip right now because I wanna use the fine point side. And you just want to gently press down until the color starts to flow. And then gently dab it. So that one's ready. This one I've already used. I am going to just grab the tip with a towel so I can swap it around. You can use alcohol to wipe it off. And then this one I'm going to prime as well. All right, so these are ready. So let's see what we can do with these nails. Let's do a French manicure. I'm not so much in the mood to do an abstract design. Just want to see if this can be used to make manicures a little bit more easy for those who aren't so good with a brush. Trying to fill in these areas that are a little bit less opaque. Now let's go in with an accent line. I'm gonna let that dry and see if I can go over with another coat without pulling off pigment. You can go in with a brush and some alcohol. Let me choose a brush. To clean up that line a bit. Just make sure that you use somewhat of a dry brush so that that pigment doesn't start to pool and bleed. All right, so I'm gonna leave that. And I'm going to come back with my other nail. Just using some alcohol. And I'm going to use a white tip. This is pooling. Why? And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do another French tip. Not really. It is starting to pull off the pigment a bit if you press too hard. You can dab it on. All right, so I'm gonna let this nail dry. This one is basically dry. Should probably wait a little bit longer. You wanna wait until it's completely matte and it's not shiny at all. So when that is dry, I'm gonna go in. First, I'm gonna file this little nub off. Then I'm gonna go in with a top coat and see what happens to the color if it runs. I do think that the markers work reasonably well. However, I think for large swaths of color, maybe it's not the best because you don't get clean coverage. Might be best just for small designs and accents, but we'll see. I'm gonna go over it with top coat and we'll see what it looks like when that's done. All right, so as you can see, it did work very well. I want to, what's the word? I want to stress though that when I was pulling the clear coat across the surface, I was not scrubbing it. I was letting it float, meaning that the bead of gel was touching the nail, not the brush itself. I do not think that the chalk pigment would hold up if you pulled the brush directly across it too severely. You really need to be careful, like with any other powder application, because in essence that's what this is. It's a chalk powder that's been liquefied with a solvent. You want to make sure that you just float the gel over the surface so that you don't drag the color off the nail. So I think it worked reasonably well. You can see, especially with the white one though, that it is a bit patchy and the coverage is a little wonky, for lack of a better word. So maybe it would be best just to do graphic designs like the stars and the hearts that I did. You could do straight lines. You can do basically anything that you can imagine. Just takes a little bit of working with it. As I said, if you keep going over the same spot, you will start pulling color off instead of putting it on. But that's going to do it for this video. Between the charcoal colors and the acrylic powders and my gems. Where are my gems? Where are my gems? I think it was a pretty full video. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments section below. I'll leave the information for all the products I used in the description box below. And I hope to see you in the next video. If you have any suggestions for content, anything that you want to see, any questions for what I've covered in this video today, please let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.